simps and virgins. And welcome back to Krown's magical and very serious, no jokes allowed, Magic Internet Money Cave. Herp your derp.
Herp your derp. Welcome back to the Krown Crypto channel. It is a lovely Friday. It's fucking live Friday, baby. And I see a lot of people in here right now. This is awesome, man. This is super cool. It's actually really, really cool to see a lot of people still kind of sticking around during these more boring times. Yes, Bitcoin's been up almost or more than 100%, I believe, off of the $15,000 lows. But over the past 4 weeks, going on 5 weeks now, like, nothing. Just nothing. It's a line chart. It's absolutely testing the depths of my patience, and I'm sure yours as well. I see a lot of familiar faces in here. I see Joseph Valkov. I definitely recognize that one. Simon Carty. Good morning, my man. Good morning. We need Scott Barney back, baby. Scott Barney coming in hot. What's up, Whale Talk? Indeed, my man. Indeed. Crypto clown world. We're all living in a clown world, my man. And you know what? You just need to love it. You just need to learn to love it. Matador MC, a good man, coming back in here. Honig, Mr. T. Thrax, Filson, holy shit, man. It gets me fucking pumped when I see all these people. Michael Blast, good morning to you, man. Chaotic Rage, Peter Underwood. Oh, Mr. Peter, Mr. fucking Peter. I know you from the Discord. John Dude, good morning to you as well, man. Post. Oh my God, man. It's too many to name. It's but like I said, very, 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 very good to see. And Mr. Ian Terry, one of the OGs of OGs. He was here at the beginning in March of 2018, I think, maybe like a few months after that. But you know what? It's all good, man. Who's counting? I can't believe this channel is going to be going on 6 years in next year. It's going on 6 years right now. That's what I'm trying to say. It feels like it was just yesterday. It really does. And man, goddamn, I'm glad that I made this one, because it's been like one of the highlights of my life thus far. Kind of crazy to say that, but it's been quite the journey. Anyways, what's up, Anderson777? I was here in 2018. I definitely know that Mr. Sean Nevins and Alex Switch. There he is. There he fucking is. We've met a few times. In fact, we had a very epic meeting actually in Santorini. Holy moly, man! This guy, Alex Switch, he enlightened me into the best, most powerful form of caffeine ever, which is called the Freddo Espresso Black, which is incredible actually. Elsa doesn't realize that she can be seen in the background, so she's freaking out. But she has better things to be doing. She needs to go see the fucking Barbie movie later today. So you know what? And we have better things to be doing than that bullshit. Peter Pan Barbie pussy bullshit. Anyways, what's up, JKH? Indeed, my man, indeed. I'm just preparing my notes over here. I want to make sure that I have everything in order before we get going on this one. So I figured we can kind of just talk in the meantime, let people come in, as typically we get around about 1,000 people before things get going. So I don't really want to have to go back in time. But on today's video, on today's stream, I should say, it's probably going to be a stream where honestly I think I will get more out of the community than anything else, because once we start to look at altcoins and whatnot, I think the picture is going to be a little more clear. As I typically don't really do that myself, just looking across like the broad spectrum of just absolute fucking shitcoins, which I'm sure we will be, having the pleasure of seeing on screen today. But for me, it'll actually be very, very, very interesting, because one, I don't even really know what the new crop of shitcoins are, and then two, a lot of the time during these more dull times for Bitcoin, Ethereum, it can be the shitcoins actually that are a bit of a clear picture, if you will. If they're showing overall major weakness, okay, makes Bitcoin calling Bitcoin to the downside a lot more, a lot more easy, and vice versa to the upside here as well. Until then, I'm going to be looking at a lot of things in traditional markets, a lot of corollary markets, and then a few things on Bitcoin here too. Here's some. I'm scalping long right now, says Crypto Clown World. Nice one, man. More power to you. I hope it works out. Bring the rhino dump. I think I actually misplaced that video, and by misplaced I mean I don't know where the fuck it is on my computer right now. Krown's toxic and immature banter is quite refreshing. Well, a little bit, I guess. I mean, it is pretty crazy that I haven't been banned on YouTube just yet. I was calling candles dildos for like 4 to 5 years, and it's almost like no one fucking batted an eye. So what else can we do? I don't know. I see Matador MCs talking about FedNow is a reality. Yeah, man. I just actually just watched Elliot Trade's video on it, which was very interesting, because FedNow, is, I think people are kind of linking that to the likely CBDC that I would think is probably inevitable. And I think that this whole system is honestly inevitable anyways. I mean, this, the whole world is trending towards a more digital nature, for the same reason that I believe Bitcoin is, probably has its place in this financial world. In fact, it seems like it's really solidifying that over the past year to year and a half now. So will the system kind of trend towards that as well, for better or worse. I'm not like, I feel like getting mad at something like that, like a CBDC. It's like, yeah, sure, but at the same time, it's like you're like that primitive being with their bow and arrow pointed up at like the fucking F-16, and you're like, hey, leave us alone. It's like, what are you gonna fucking do, man? What are you gonna fucking do? Maybe not the best attitude to be having, but at the same time, it does seem to me that would be more or less inevitable. Unfortunately, I guess. Anyways, Bitcoin gravestone on the last week candle says MB. Is there one? I don't believe I saw one. Talking about the weekly. Oh, okay, that. Well, yeah, technically that was the high of the rally, so you could actually say that is a gravestone, but we need to see a closure below in order for that, in my opinion, to be indicative of continuation. Anyways, I don't want to get too much into the weeds there just yet. I'll read a few more of these comments and we'll get into it. I need to take a sippy sip of this. You can refuse to use it, says Randy. I guess you can refuse to use it, but what happens when all of the retails, all of the stores, put it in, and it just becomes that like network effect, and then you're like, hey man, I'm trying to buy my meat. I'm trying to beat my meat as well. I'm trying to buy my meat. And they're like, well, do you have the Fed derp program? And I'm like, I don't know. No. So I didn't know enough about it, honestly, to really comment. AVAX, Matic, Render, those are all last cycle's shitcoins, man. We need new cycle shitcoin, baby. With FedNow, are the ISO coins even needed in the US? I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing it's, they kind of do the same thing. Probably not. And I think this was also one of the more legitimate this was one of the more legitimate criticisms of a lot of cryptos in the past, in the sense that people would say, okay, yeah, we get that these crypto companies, I guess, can, create this technology, but why would the US government, why would this big corporation, why would this big bank use that technology instead of just creating their own version of it and copying it, because it's fucking open source to begin with? It's I think that kind of brings up an issue. Caspa, any thoughts? I keep on getting them mixed up. Is that the fucking Carl the Moon shitcoin, or is that like a ghost shitcoin? I don't know. We can look at that one. It sounds new. I don't think I know that one. One derp equals one derp. That's right. One derp for one derp, babe. We got 215 likes on this video right now. We're doing well. We got 750 people watching as well, and you're all watching the same damn line chart for weeks. It's been over a month. What's up, Simply Gains? He has the shitcoins. We'll check in on that a little bit later. Clowns need to love clowns, and Krown needs to love Krown as well. It's good for my soul, I think. Long time viewer, first time writer. Love to chart shitcoin, please, aka total. Mr. Vish M Drakar. Yeah, we could maybe look at that a little bit later. Again, like I said, today is one of those days where I do think it would be kind of good to look into left field and see what the fuck. What are you doing? What? Yeah. You can open that. Actually, that'd be really, really nice. It's really hot in here. But turn the handle the whole damn way. You're going to break the fucking door. Turn it all the way down before you move it. Holy shit. Elsa, actually has issues with... Oh, my God. Okay, I need to do this for her because... Okay, you did it. Wow. All right. Just going to break all the damn doors in this apartment. Stop disrespecting me. Woman, I've had enough. One Krown coin. Actually, that's really funny, kind of, that you mentioned that. Someone tagged me in a Twitter post a couple days ago, and it was a Krown coin, and they're like, Krown, what is this all about? I'm like, I have no fucking idea, man. I have no affiliation with this. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. XLM WTF, says Bad Fox. I imagine it's probably following in the footsteps of XRP. That relationship has held true pretty much since the dawn of time that I can remember. Krown coin gets you a discount. Oh dear lord. Just to be 100% clear, I don't have any shit coins. I don't intend to make any shit coins, and any Krown related shit coins, it's not me. Because actually, Elsa is on her balcony right now in this room, and she's yelling at people below saying, "Good morning, peasants." Like, she needs to be stopped. She needs to be stopped right now. She's out of control. There's like actually people down there too. There's like workers and shit, construction workers. It's like, they don't know English. It's fine. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, seriously, they're going to start throwing eggs at our place. Good thing it's up nice and high. What's up, Bear Nutrition? Good morning, man. Good morning. Elsa coin gets you to... Actually, Elsa did have it. Someone made a shit coin for Elsa like a long time ago. This must have been like 5 years ago now. She was actually like outside saying, "Good morning, peasants." What the fuck? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? All right, let's get to the actual analysis, and we can start to chat a little bit more, look at some shitcoins and all that good stuff. Let me make sure that I have everything ready over here. Okay, we're good. Yeah, all right, we can start there. That would be good. Okay. Welcome back to the Krown Crypto channel. It is a lovely Friday morning over here from Helsinki, Finland. We are currently in a live stream, but this is being recorded and will be released later. And you can join in on the fun on Fridays, as we like to make that a nice consistent endeavor. Anyways, I'm just going to jump right into this analysis, and we can start off right in over here with Bitcoin on the daily for CME, closing the weekly, by the way, later today as well. And in this case, it is still doing the dance of death. Really not much to update in terms of what the actual range is for Bitcoin. Indicators right now not giving a whole hell of a lot, to be quite frank with you, but there's a very, 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 very clear and obvious area that if Bitcoin were to be met, this would be a lot more. This would actually be very, very good for the BULAs. Any sort of a trade back above yesterday's high, which was 30,515 on CME, that is on spot price action. That number would be 30,418, depending upon your exchange. That was Bybit, by the way. Any sort of a tick above there, that would confirm this as a local low. Bitcoin very likely travels back up to the top side of the range, north of 31,000 bucks, putting it yet again in a position of power and likely to continue on with this rally. Until then, until that does indeed happen, the sideways is the name of the game, probably most likely, and downside displeasure is still very much relevant. In this case, looking at indicators right here, not really getting too much from it. Yes, we called out the bearish divergence that was coming off these three highs over here. Yes, we did see a little bit of volatility expansion. Yes, we did see the jewel continue with that downside signal, but we're not really seeing anything major after that. So in this case, I want to be looking at actually other corollary markets to be getting some sort of a bias as to what direction we might be seeing. And in this case, I'm actually going to go over here to Coinbase on NASDAQ and see what Coinbase is doing. And Coinbase, after having a pretty phenomenal run alongside pretty much all other major techs in the US, everything else on NASDAQ, does seem to be coming into its first major pullback here. It is coming into multi-month, or is this multi-year? Actually, this is multi-year, going back to about 2022 May resistance. I'll actually just mark it off right here. And I do believe that that we're going to see, probably a little bit of a more prolonged pullback from this region. Long term, yes, I do think that the lows are in. I really, 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 really like this sort of a bottom right here. This is one that my mentor always used to call out to me. These three sort of spike lows, which I'll mark off. So there's your spike right there. There's a spike right there. There's a spike right there. Also an inverted head and shoulders, so it can come in many different forms to what he kind of always taught me. But in this case, this would kind of match up with that. And we do see that Bitcoin is pretty much at the neckline or Coinbase is at the neckline right now. But once you get to that neckline, likely to pull back first. And in this case, a pullback, not the same thing as a MAC reversal or anything like that, but ultimately, probably doesn't bode too well for Bitcoin in the near term. On top of that, we do see that volatility represented by the HBDRV indicator here, which Karatik is still working on, and I think he's actually been getting pretty close now, has hit a relative extreme. We did see that get up all the way to 90, very, very close to 100 percentile actually, which all volatility extremes in the past few years have correlated with major highs and major lows. We can talk about this first one over here, May 2022, humongous downside move. This one over here on a nice upside move on that, actually the same area that Bitcoin or Coinbase is currently at right now. Then yet again on this high right here, and perhaps this high right here as well. We do see that daily jewel is also going to be showing a little bit of downside current momentum. Again, when I see a signal like this, I do look at this as likely to get picked up later. It is likely a correction corrective signal. This is a very, 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 very strong momentum to the upside overall. It's just short term probably does pull back into that. And daily RSI, you know, little bit of bearish evidence come off that last high right there. Not, again, when I see something like that, it's not like a death sentence, but, you know, could come back down somewhere closer to $90, maybe upper 80s before setting in that next proverbial high or low. Looking at correlation between Coinbase and Bitcoin, we can see on the weekly, they are relatively strong. And all of these short-term I wouldn't even say decorrelations, but these sort of turns in correlation do get picked up relatively fast. And again, if you were to draw a regression through here, it would be highly, highly correlated above, spot 80. If we go down to the daily, a little bit less, but I do think that the weekly is the one to be going with in this particular instance, just because, the weekly is going to be getting the larger trend. Daily still, pretty much almost never gets a negative correlation. And when it does, same thing, quickly reverts back. And right now we are seeing them slightly decorrelate, or it's not that they're decorrelated, it's just a zero correlation is no correlation, right? But I'd imagine this one probably trades sideways and down alongside Bitcoin. And perhaps that could be given a bit of a bias towards, again, a short-term downside move, a relative short-term downside move. But that all hinges upon one of the major things for myself, which is, again, a break of the current range lows. A break of the current range lows is the same thing as it has been for many, many weeks now, which is 29,500 or 29,006 on CME right here. Until we start to see closures below there, well, I'm not like super concerned for that next move down, probably into the mid to low $28,000 territory. 4-hour time frame, by the way, on CME does have some regular bullish evidence come off that last low, so there's a bit of hopium, I suppose. But again, it's not until I see a move back above yesterday's high where I say, hey, this is actually looking quite good for the BULAs, and very unlikely we do see any sort of continuation lower. Anyways, if there is continuation lower, I want to go back to the major point from yesterday's video, in the sense that I do believe that it very, 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 very likely be a major opportunity. So what we were using to kind of judge that, well, we were looking over here on the hash ribbons indicator, and it did signal a capitulation signal. So again, the hash ribbons indicator is a miner related indicator, like Bitcoin miner related indicator, and we have seen this one actually work out to pretty devastating effect in the past. But there's a lot of nuance to this that I think people who are making this into a bit of a meme right now are missing. And in this case, yeah, it did print capitulation, in the last month a couple times, and in that case, it does provide the impetus for certainly concern for a pullback. But when we go ahead and backtest all of the prior 17 iterations, we see a few things that I think are very enlightening here. And again, I just want to show all of them. And welcome to our new friend. I see we have a new joiner of this channel, but I can't actually see your name. So show yourself, sir. Again, this is live right now. Anyways, of the 17 signals, 9 of them I would have considered a failure, meaning that there was no sizable downside move after the capitulation signal was printed. And when I say sizable downside move, most of those never even went lower than the capitulation print. In fact, most of them just went sideways and up from there in a pretty crazy fashion. So this indicator, I still believe, is pretty damn powerful when printing the blue buy signals. But when looking at just the capitulation signals, there's a lot to be desired there. And when we do go into the data a little bit more, of those 9 failures, when we look at those failures, it's when the daily 21 and 55 exponential moving average crosses, the silver cross essentially, is to the upside, that they've all been failures actually in the past. I'll give you an example. If we can find one rather hopefully easily. Yeah, here we go. Here's actually a couple right here. We see the silver cross to the upside, again 21 above the 55, and the capitulation signal comes in here, and it's just upwards and onwards from there. In fact, once price action gets the blue buy signal, I mean, it's at like $20,000 basically, and the initial capitulation signal happened at 13,300. I mean, there wasn't even really any real downside move after that, which is kind of crazy. There was even one slightly before that as well, actually. In fact, capitulation signal over here, price action comes back down around it, doesn't even trade below, actually, certainly doesn't close below, and sideways and up is the name of the game. So whenever we've seen a silver cross and the capitulation signal present, at best, Bitcoin's kind of like maybe made like a slightly lower low, like less than 5% typically. But that was inevitably an opportunity. So again, the question that I come back to, or sort of the major piece of analysis that I want to be coming back to here is, how far does Bitcoin come down? Has it already come down enough? I mean, this technically did happen over here. So we've already seen a 3.25% move to the downside. If Bitcoin were to come down to, let's say, 28,500 or 28,000 bucks, that'd put Bitcoin somewhere around, or that would be like his 666. Holy shit, it's the devil's pullback. Something like that. But basically what I'm led to believe by the history of this, and by the data is that, pullbacks, whether it be here or a little bit lower, are likely opportunities for major higher lows in a general uptrending market here. Again, I would be judging a break of the current range lows at about 29,500 or so on a 4-hour closing basis as beginning continuation to that lower level. But until then, perhaps this could be the low right here. I would say that would be that the case for that would be massively strengthened if we saw any sort of a move back above yesterday's high. Again, 30,515, was it 30,000? Yeah, 30,515 on CME right there. If that were to happen, that actually looks pretty damn good for the blue laws, and at least another retest, somewhere around 31.4, 31.5 region, perhaps in the following days, as we'd be looking for that slow grind up. So fair enough on that. We can go ahead and check out stochastic momentum. We do have CME closing again for the weekly today. I'm curious what the weekly is currently at. It is still actually positioned to the upside, and will be remaining with upside momentum, assuming that Bitcoin closes basically anywhere above 28,850. Of course, Bitcoin's about $1,000 above that current level right now. But that would also imply, to be fair, coming into next week, we would actually be expecting, if things are indeed bullish, that things would continue up from there, because that number, this pivot will move up significantly, I suspect, as we already, we're already seeing momentum kind of at a critical region here. And so at that point, it's like, hey, now is the time. Otherwise, it will inevitably be turning down. And, well, turning down, not a death sentence, but likely a sentence for a much greater pullback. Moving into the daily, we do see that the daily is almost nearly fully reset, but will turn back up above 30,750. 30,750. I'm actually curious what spot price action is printing right now. Actually, it's a little bit higher. It's a little bit higher than what we do see on CME at just below 30,000 bucks. I do still want to call out that there is this nice trendline regression right here, which the daily stochastic oscillator is pretty much in alignment as of right now. Coming off these lows. Anyways, I'll take that off and we'll go down to the 12-hour time frame. 12-hour time frame is going to be positioned for potential upside momentum, assuming that Bitcoin can be above 29,820. Currently trading about $50 above that pivot, so not really super helpful. Yes, it's in the critical zone. Yes, it's going to be difficult to kind of keep it down here, but a lot of the time I do see something like this, and then the real move up, and that creates some sort of divergence, and that can be a very powerful signal, and that would imply one more move to the downside first. So again, kind of keeping a hot eye on that. 6-hour time frame also be showing upside above 29,777. 4-hour time frame going to be showing downside below 30,400, and hourly is going to be showing upside above 29,720. I'm really not getting too much from this. I think short term probably tries for that bounce in alignment with the 4-hour regular bullish divergence coming off these last few lows here. I'm curious if that's also present on the 6-hour too. Yeah, it is a little bit. It's not a super strong drive, to be fair. So, in these cases, I'm really not. I'm really not convinced of anything either way until again we see above yesterday's high on a tick basis, or a closure below 29.5. 29.5 would be the big one for me, and then probably another $1,000 to $1,500 slide to the downside if that were to happen. But that's going to do it for today's video. We're going to continue on with the live stream. So with that said, I want to wish you the best of best as always. Take care, much love, and see you hopefully tomorrow. All right, nice one, my man, my mans and femans. That doesn't make sense. Else is in the chat, but obviously girls are not allowed, so you need to get the fuck out. What's up, Ali Al? Oh shit, the battery went out. What? The battery went out.
Males and females.
The males and females. You can't say male. Wait, what? What the fuck? What? The battery went out. What? Are you kidding me? It's been. I could have. No, it's not.
It's not?
It's not. No, not on the camera. Unfortunately, you're about to go out. You're just on a later feed, Elsa. I might just take the camera away anyways, and we can just continue on with the chat. Faceless, fucking faceless, man. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna put the charging. Should I even put the charging back in right now? Is that just gonna fuck everything up? I don't know, but we'll try it anyways. It's no big deal. We can continue on with the show anyways. All right, sweet. Just us dudes here, says Michael Douglas. That's right, man. Just you and me, baby. Just you and me. No, Mike S says, no, I need to finish. Turn it back on. Fair enough. Fair enough. How dare you guess my preferred pronoun? What else could it be other than they? Elsa and I have this like nightly... how do I even explain this? We have like this nightly tradition where we watch the like insane TikToks of NBs. And do you know what an NB is? Do you know what an NB is? An NB is a non-binary, and they will go ahead and explain like their thoughts and philosophies on their genders, and it's very interesting. I mean, it's very interesting in the same way that like a fairy tale is interesting. You know, like it's cute. It's like what has happened that led to this? How do you get through a day to day? How do you deal with life? And they will, you know, go over stressful situations that they deal with, like being misgendered, and like they go to the store and the cashier says, "Here you go, ma'am," you know, trying to be a respectful person, but they're like, "What? It's Mr. actually, or Mix," which no one's ever fucking heard of. And and then the cashier will be like, "Okay, no problem, miss." And then they need to make a video about it because that's the best way to self-soothe. It's very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. If you're bored at night and you're high as fuck, then yeah, go for it, because that is that is incredibly enlightening. I am offended now. Thanks, Eric. Sorry, Mix or Mr. or Mrs. or who the fuck. It's with mental disorders. I mean, I imagine there's probably like 5 people who actually believe that, like, or truly are that, and then the rest of them are just, you know, they just, you know how like we all believe things that are strange as kids. It's like that. They eat like fucking kids too, man. The other thing that we love to watch. Oh my god, this is Elsa's favorite. If you want to make Elsa happy, she loves. Can we watch the fat TikToks today? And like it's fat TikToks, which is this is not like a rude thing. It's literally called fat TikTok, and it's just these people who are, for lack of a better word, and just this is a medical term, they are obese. Yeah, they are obese. They talk about like what they do and eat and how society should not be so fat phobic. And you know what? I don't think that you should hate fat people neither, but it's just it is a fucking weird thing to watch, man. Yeah. Promoting obese, it is very strange. Like these people, they eat like children though. Like they record these videos about what they eat in a day, and it'll be like fucking cereals and cakes and like these fruit roll-ups and shit. If you were American as a kid, you probably know what the hell I'm talking about. You know, they'll eat like McDonald's and shit like that too. It's just strange, man. But they're like adult children. They just never grew up. No one told them, hey man, like you're not supposed to have cake for breakfast. Actually, it's not really the best fuel for you. But they don't believe that. They actually look at it as they have an eating disorder, not the one that you think. They think that they have an eating disorder that tells them that they need to not eat, and they think that because that's happening, that's actually harmful to them, because they're not going to give their body the proper nutrition. Like, why would my body not want this to begin with? It's like, no, you're an adult child and you don't have any fucking self-discipline. But I didn't say that. That's just a random thought that maybe ran through my head, and I shouldn't have even voiced it. It really is crazy though, man. But the funniest thing as well is that we've probably watched now, I would say somewhere between 5 to 10 hours straight of these videos at night over the past couple months, and there's not been one guy. It's all been girls, which I don't understand why. Okay, there's been one guy, but he was a they, so that doesn't really count. I am a man child. You can't see what I'm drinking now. Tails Trade says, I've had one heart attack years back. Health is so important. Hospitals are getting rich from fat people. I mean, is it a conspiracy? I don't know. All right, let's see some shit coins, guys. And also girls. I think that we have one here, although they should be leaving soon. Yeah, you. I did some research on those yummy girls. It's basically an NPC girl fetish. I would think that would be like an AI. If someone wanted to get rich as fuck, they would create an AI girl like that, and they just run that fucking program all day long, and all the dudes they'd probably even like it more. It's better. I am a girl, says K Dizzle. I believe you. And I too am a girl. Are hospitals for free in Finland? Define free. Like, nothing's really for free. People, like, it is kind of free. Yeah, it is kind of free, I guess. Of course, your taxes pay for it and everything. And the service, I've actually used it. It's quite good. I busted open when I first started this stream, I fell out of my bed, sleeping next to Elsa, and then I smashed my head on this like drawer nearby, and my eye got all busted up, and so I had to go to the hospital. Yeah, I did faint actually, because like I didn't realize how much I was bleeding, and then I looked at it, I'm like, oh my god, this is bad. Mr. Nick A says link USD 2-day and weekly. All right, let's check out this one. Let's see what we got over here. I guess Binance get the one to be going to. So higher term time frames. Link looking good. Link looking very, very good. Does it pull back here a little bit? Probably yes. 2-day time frame. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind a pullback here. I mean, it's probably to be expected, right? Somewhere in this region right here. Oh, I guess I already kind of have it mapped out, but somewhere around the 0.5, which you're very, very close to, or you're already at the 382. Both of these areas are nice pullback regions. The question is the reversal real? I'll tell you what I really, really like about this. You do have a phenomenal bear trap right here. And when you see something like that, these typically mark off major highs and major lows. Like, you'll see an initial breakout, or in this case, a breakdown, and then it quickly gets bought back on up and moves the other way very, very fast. Can I find an example to the upside right here? No, not the one that I'm looking for, but you can actually see one. You can see a good one on Bitcoin actually. But same sort of idea. Quickly moves to the downside, or quickly moves to the upside and then reverts the other way, and then that's your major high for a long time. Long term, do I think that this one's put in a low? Yeah, I do. Do I think that it also pulls back here a little bit? Probably yes, but I don't really have strong opinions on like how far it'll get down. Monthly looks like a clear and obvious low to me. Yeah, I think that this one's putting in a macro low here. It probably works its way back up to double digits, over the next half year, something like that. Victor Reyes says Litecoin. I'm just reading like random ones right now, because I actually really want to see for like my own knowledge. Litecoin, nice rejection, not great. That's on the monthly. Still has another 10 days or so. How many days are in July? There are 31 days. Hard chart for me to read, honestly. I never really like Litecoin's chart just because like it's so fucking messy. Short term, yeah, it does kind of look like it's put in a bit of a short term low here, but it's not any easier to read than Bitcoin's chart. So I would say I don't have any opinions on this one really. If I look at the weekly, I think pullback. If I look at the daily, I think maybe it puts in a low here. Yeah, no strong opinions on something like this. Anyways, I see Chaotic Rage says AKT daily. Okay, AKT. I'm guessing this is probably a crypto, a cash. I guess we'll have to go here. It's on all of like the shittiest crypto exchanges, and this is a 2021 shitcoin. It looks like. Let's go down to a daily. Good, actually. Clear and. I mean, if you want to be looking at the pattern bros, will tell you that this is a symmetrical triangle, and it is. And also, I just generally like the trend. Higher low, higher low, higher low. Nice consolidation right here. The bias would be for an upside breakout confirmed, with any sort of a closure, basically above 67.5 cent or 66.5 cents, something like that. Short term, very likely trades to the upside. Yeah, not bad right there. Only big problems below 51 cents. Below 51 cents, yeah, this thing's wrecked for a while. Yeah. If it takes out this low over here, very, very bad. But until then, no, I'd be having an upside bias. It's very sloppy chart on the higher term timeframes, but lower term timeframes, yeah. I'd be looking for this one to trade sideways and up and if you do see a breakout above about what was it, like 65 and a half, or sorry, 66 and a half, there would be an implied target based off of this, and that would be all the way up to actually very close, 95 cents to maybe in a buck, somewhere around there. Not bad, man. All right, Simply Gains. He has the CHNG weekly on Gate. Oh my God, man, you are deep in the shitcoin drawer right now. What the fuck is this thing? Okay. On Gate.io, that's how you really know you've gone off the deep end. You're on Gate. I'd probably be looking at this as putting in a low here as well. Like, these are some sloppy as hell charts. Okay, yeah. Okay, you're looking at a weekly. I don't really have much to work off of the weekly, honestly. I mean, what I could tell you is what you probably already know. Look, weekly closure below the 55, basically like 85 cents, very, very bad. Until then, I'd probably look at this as the next higher low. Potential hidden bullish, actually very likely hidden bullish divergence as soon as this one does confirm a low here. How would that happen? Weekly closure above basically once, what is that, 10 cent? 9.9 cent. If it can do that, higher low confirmed, hidden bullish divergence confirmed, very likely works its way back up to the top of this current rally. Let's see, who else do we have? I think I just skipped DYOFR, AVAX daily and 4 hour. Okay, another one that we haven't looked at in a while, but this is a 2021 shitcoin, I believe. What was it, daily and weekly? I need to, oh no, daily and 4 hour. There we go. Okay, sweet. Daily, again, a lot of these charts look very similar, just varying degrees of strength. This one on the weaker side. But, if you're looking at the current 4 hour range, it's actually pretty simple. Range lows, 1366. Range highs are just kind of like the same thing as Bitcoin yesterday. Back above yesterday's high at 1443. I'd be looking for this one to put back in a rally towards $15 and probably even trades back up to the high this overall rally. Daily, at that point, this would start to look like a higher low. Is this one hidden bullish evidence? No, it's not. But I'd actually be looking for this one to work its way back up towards the top of this rally. And this starts to look a lot more like a potential macro low in the making. But on the weaker side, just in general, if I'm looking at the higher term timeframes, speaking of regular bullish divergence on that last weekly low there. So it's like, the question to me is, does it take off from here, or does it come back down, like tag this low a little bit and then reverse? Because I do see that sort of thing happen a lot on these reads. But weekly Jewel, I like that. For a more prolonged reversal, it's just, does it pull back first? Kind of the same question as Bitcoin. So I'm not really getting too much from this chart, honestly. Let's see. Let me see. We have Murray Kerr. What's up, man? Gold Bitcoin on the weekly. Gold Bitcoin, like gold versus Bitcoin? Okay. All right. This is an interesting. Is this going to be the right ticker here? I don't know if I'm doing this properly. I don't even know if I understand what you want properly. What do you want? Well, you can see very obviously that gold is long-term downtrending versus Bitcoin. I don't really get too much from this though, man, to be honest with you. Long-term, yeah, the trend is very, very clear, but you already knew that. You didn't need me to tell you that. If we go down to like a daily, maybe comes back down to these lows that you saw from Thursday of early June. Or sorry, what the fuck? What am I even looking at right now? This can't be right. Let me just look. Let me try this. Oh, same shit. Yeah. I don't think I'm looking at the right thing. BBWP on the floor. Yeah, I'm not getting the I'm not understanding what you want, or maybe you literally want gold BTC. No, that's not a real thing. Yeah, I don't know, man. You'll have to clarify on that and tag Elsa. Mike S says Tesla weekly. All right, let's see it. TSLA on NAS and on the weekly. Down. Found a nice high right here. Retested the highs from August of 2022. Probably trade some sideways and down from here. Long term, good. Short term, coming down. Daily might try for a bounce first on the shorter term timeframes. It might even bounce back up towards like 280, but ultimately I think that's going to be a failure. It very likely comes back down to like 235, 240-ish region, and maybe tries for a low there. And if that fails, then you got, somewhere closer to like 210 region would be where I'm looking towards. But yeah, I do think that the weekly, this is a weekly high right here. Nice bearish engulfing dildo on the weekly. I would be looking for that one to come down. Yeah. All right. let's see, where else we at? Daniel Welsh says XJO. Okay, this is a Japanese one, I think, or no, sorry, Australian. Apologies. So it's this right here, yeah. Daily and weekly. Okay, good day, mate, says Elsa. Thank you for that one. Tough one, actually. Okay, the monthlies, the monthlies where this one's at. Long term up, this is very, very good here. Daily and weekly, I don't really actually know what to make much of this. Probably more sideways on the weekly, but the monthly does suggest that this one probably retests the highs, the all-time highs, I guess, and this does look like a long-term bullish consolidation here. So I do like that, but basically here's the top side of your range, boom. Here's your last major low, obviously. I'd be looking for this one to retest the tops of the range, maybe break out, but actually looking really, really good on the monthly. Daily and weekly is just more sideways, I suspect. And take this damn sip of this water, man. Holy moly. Hubris the God says stock TMC, the metals company. Okay, TMC. Let's see what we got here. And just un momento. Okay, and you're on the weekly and daily. Okay, daily, kind of same thing as Tesla. Yeah, very, very similar to Tesla here. I'd be looking for this one to come down and retest maybe around like 164, maybe even like 150-ish region, and try for a higher low there. But short term, I do believe that the top is in. Yeah, somewhere around there. Try for a higher low, and then come back to it after that. But yeah, for right now, top very, very, very likely in. And short term rally attempts probably do get pushed back. Kind of looking around different time frames right there, but fair enough. JT32 says MicroStrategy 1 hour daily. Actually, this one would be very, very interesting to look at. This is Sailor shitcoin. All right, and you're looking at hourly and daily, weekly as well potentially. Let's see, weekly. This one I do believe will try a little bit higher before it does play out its pullback, probably somewhere around 515, 520ish region. Daily, I don't know. Is it topping out right here? The daily does look a little bit weaker and might pull back first towards like $400, but same thing as the other ones. Sorry, not the same thing as the other ones. This one, yeah, this one might pull back a little bit first, but ultimately I do think that has more upside. Kind of more similar to Bitcoin actually. I'd be looking at like 520-ish region on the weekly as like the potential for the next major weekly high. Until then, short term does kind of look like it wants to pull back a little bit more, but I think that pullback likely leads into a higher low somewhere around like 400-ish. You want to the hourly. Hourly doesn't look so bad right there. Might even put a higher low right here. Fair enough. Yeah, not really strong opinions right there. Weekly is a strong opinion actually. Okay, let's see. We have Mr. Tony808 says, Aloha, Krown. What's up, man? INMD. Aloha, you must be from Hawaii. You actually live in Hawaii? That's crazy. That's so cool. We could live in Hawaii. Like, what the fuck? we could go live there. I don't know. Do they have good internet there? I guess so. You're on YouTube, so.
It's very expensive.
You've heard it's very expensive. So is fucking Dubai. What are you complaining about? What am I complaining? Finnish people's main pastime is to complain about shit. By the way, just so you know, if you ever met a Finnish person, like that's what they like to do. That's what they like to do. I see Shelly H is over there. She's from Estonia. So the Estonians are basically like the younger brother of Finnish people, and she can confirm. Yeah, like to complain about the weather and everything else under the fucking sun. INMD. Yeah, weekly here. Yeah, again, actually, I think that this one tries higher first, maybe closer to like $52. But daily, just like the other last ones that we looked at, a little bit of a short-term pullback. We do see some daily bearish evidence. It's not like a super concerning drive right there, but could be a pullback maybe to fill this gap or somewhere close to it around like low 40s first. Problems below, obviously $40, but until then, all pullbacks are higher lows. And the weekly, yeah, I do like that weekly to try higher, as I do the monthly as well. This is like really where this chart starts to make a lot more sense. Anyways, oops, my live stream over there getting weird. All right, sweet. Def Subo says INJ USD. Okay, INJ. This must be a crypto on Binance, and you're looking at a weekly. You've been following since 2018. Holy shit, man! Descending triangle days. Holy moly, man! Yeah, you remember that one? That was in hindsight, that made that year, like, it was very slow, but it was also, you know, dare I say, easy, just because things were a little more obvious back then, I think. Anyways, weekly here. Actually quite good. Is this a shit? This is a shitcoin. Yeah, it's actually quite good here. I expect that this one will try. This is having a very constructive rally. You know, low, high, higher, low. Looks like it's ready. Looks like it's primed for higher high. Weekly RSI. I like that spot. Weekly Jewel. Upside momentum. I like it. I think that this one tries closer to, like, you know, 12.5 to maybe even as much as like $15 before the year ends. But looking at the daily, I mean, where would your problems be, obviously, because always need to add a failure condition. Well, it's not super helpful in this one just because, like, your last higher low is so far away, but I'd say problems start to really emerge under like $6, something like that. If you're, you know, if you want to go by the book, then you'd say, like, well, actually about $6, you know, this higher low right here. Below there, you got big fucking problems. But until then, follow the trend, follow the yellow brick trend. Trey only says D-nut on the daily. D-nut. Okay. Yeah, that's not what that means. It's Krispy Kreme donuts, okay? Have some fucking cream in your face. You silly Sally. Actually pretty good here. Pretty damn good. Krispy Kreme's also very, very good. Also, something that you see very often on Fat TikTok. Pretty good here. You know, I like the silver cross on the weekly. I like the higher low into that silver cross, weekly RSI back into the bullish control zone. I think this one's going to work its way back up somewhere around like $17.5 in the following months. Monthly looks like a major reversal. It's not. I thought that there'd be more history on this, but I guess they didn't go public until somewhat recently. But yeah, if you're looking at the daily though, different. You know, daily, I don't know, does it pull back first? Let's go down to a lower term time frame. Yeah, it probably pulls back a little bit here, maybe to like $15.5. I'd feel a lot more confident on the weekly. Daily, I actually don't feel as much confident on. If you do lose like 15.25, at that point I would be looking for this one to come back down towards that low at 14.25, and below 14 you do have problems on this one. Bless you, sir. But you know, as long as you're below above about 14.25, weekly, monthly both look like they want to go much higher. I would say, you know, the reversal is real basically. Let's see. Whoops, just lost my place. One moment. All right, I see Rai-Fi. He says FSR stock on the daily just put in a higher high. Is there a reversal happening? FSR. Okay. Fisker. That's a good name. Is this one putting a higher high? No. This whatever the fuck this thing is bad. Like, I'm never gonna look at a chart like this and say that it's good. Is it putting in a reversal here? I mean, it's so sloppy, man. It's so fucking sloppy. It's like, here's where it'd be very obvious that it's putting in a reversal. I need to see, I mean, shit, even that. This one's tough, man. I probably wouldn't even say until it's like back above 8.5, honestly. Like the weekly, I can make an argument for it both ways. Daily, rejection at the 200 simple. Yeah, I need to see at least a few closures above the 200 simple on a daily before I even really consider that, like, short term. Here's what I could say. You could make the argument that maybe it is indeed a reversal, but if you do lose this low right here at $6 even, it's not a reversal, it's continuation. Until then, you can, you know, pray to whatever deity that you believe in, but and kind of use that as you know, a major stopping point. But below there, big fucking problems, big problems. Shelly H says AR.US and Antero Resources long-term stock. Did I miss S&P? No, we just haven't looked at it. AR.US. What is this? Am I where okay, I'm just gonna type in Antero. There we go. That helped. Okay. You're looking at long-term. Daily looking good there for continuation. Weekly looking good for continuation. I'd be looking for next move somewhere around like $26. Monthly, long term fucking ugly, but short term, well, yeah. Hey, look at this monthly hidden bullish divergence come off that last low. Confirmed at the end of this month, basically anywhere above 24.5 ish. And at that point, I'd be looking for this rally to really get going, you know, for the next several months, closer to $30, if that were to happen. As always, big fucking problems below 22.5. All right, where did I leave off here? Okay, I see Chris says FLR on Bitrue. Okay, FLR. What this? Bitrue. Okay. This might even be more shitty than CoinGate. It is our Gate.io. Gate.io, that's the one. I don't even see Bitrue, but I'm gonna go with Gate.io. That's my preferred shitcoin exchange. No, it's actually not. I don't even know what the hell it is. Bad, very, very bad long term. Very fucking bad. Very, very bad. Worst chart that we've seen today by far.
So you say there's a chance?
So you're saying there's a chance. 4-hour time frame. I mean, your current range high is coming in right around the 200 simple on the 4-hour, which is 145. So one spot 45 cent. So above there, you know, maybe you retest like 1.5 cent. The problem is with these stupid charts is that like if it does reverse, it reverses fucking fast, and it'll put in a move to like 1.8 cents in like a second. Not a second, but you know what I mean. You know, I do see many drives of bullish divergence here on the daily. I do see the daily jewels even setting up for a signal there as well. It might actually fucking do it. God damn it. I'd still want to see some closures above what was it, like 145. 145 first. If you start to see that, then yeah, it probably does have some upside. Long term, I mean, I'm never gonna like a chart like this. Just terrible. Let's see. Okay, Joseph Valkov says, hi, sir. Hello, sir. Riot. Okay, yeah, Riot would be more interesting to look at, actually. Bitcoin miner. Overall good. I do think that it does try higher, probably towards 24 to 26. But short term, does it pull back first? Yeah, I'm playing out a little bit of a pullback here. You're looking at daily and weekly. I'm looking at very low term time frame here, obviously, but you know, could pull back to like $15. That wouldn't be a problem. Only really problems below like 13. Until then, pullbacks likely leading to higher lows on the lower term time frames, and higher term time frames continue on with the overall trend. In this case, yeah, somewhere into like the low/midish 20s. It's gonna take its time, I suspect. Monthly, yeah, not bad here. Not bad at all. I like this monthly higher low. So long term, yeah, I think it's got it going on. Okay, cool. Actually, that's actually very, very useful to note today as well. So long term, still it's like direction likely up, but do we see a bit of a pullback? That's probably an opportunity. Mike S says, doggy weekly asking for a friend for real. Okay. I'm asking for my friend. Well, let's give your friend an analysis size on Binance. It's putting in a low here. I mean, this is a very obvious trading range, right? Very obvious trading range. There's your highs. There's your lows. It's come off the lows. Probably going to test somewhere around like 8.5 cent. Weekly jewel up. Weekly RSI. Little bit of a low signal there. Yeah, I actually do think that this one does trade. I mean, it probably trades sideways and up, but I wouldn't get super excited about it long term until you do start to see weeklies back above like 12 cents, 12.5 cents, something like that. This thing could take a long fucking time, right? Could do something like this, just fill out that range for a very long time, and then yeah, I'm sure once the next cycle gets going, that thing probably does go on for another phenomenal run. But yeah, fair enough. One of the things that like I wish I could talk more shit about Dogecoin, but the one thing that you can't really ignore is that it actually has made higher lows in every macro cycle. Every macro cycle has been a higher low. Most of the legitimate coins, oh, you can't see me, but I'm doing like air quotes. But most of the legitimate coins, don't. They don't, which is not a good sign at all. So it's actually very enlightening to see this right here. Yeah, might come back down to retest these lows, but ultimately I do think that is putting a much more prolonged low here. All right, we have C Perk says y'all ETF. Okay, is this like something for the South? God bless America ETF. What? That's funny. All right, let's see. Weekly looks toppy. Where would you call a lower low on the daily? Yeah, weekly does look toppy, that's for sure. Where would I call a lower low on the daily? If you want to go buy the book, you'd be looking at what is it, 2680 here? Yeah, 2680 right here. Other than that, I do think that this is a top, to be quite frank with you. And I do think that it will come down somewhere actually around that region. You're going to see bounces along the way. In fact, you'll probably see something like this, like come down, it'll bounce right at that region and then do the actual downside move. Is the stream still on, by the way? Is it still working?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Nice. My thingy over here started boofering and shit. Cool. Let's see. We have Salim. He says, okay, Evergrande. Oh man, I remember this. I remember this one. All right. Actually, looking like a low right there. Massive bullish engulfing dildo. Massive bullish engulfing dildo with bullish divergence and the weekly jewel. Probably going to put in a nice signal as well. That's a fucking ugly chart. But yeah, I do think that's put in a low here. But just because it's hit a low doesn't mean like it immediately goes up like this, right? It probably spend some time doing that, and who knows if it even ever does anything interesting to the upside ever again. But yeah, I do think that it's hit a low. It's hit the low for now. Defs UO says Sol USD. Okay. Sol USD. The 2018 days were something else. Yeah, man, they really, oh man, yeah, BitMEX, holy shit, in the $30 ranges. Oh my god, yeah, that was like, if you think things have been bad the last 4 weeks, which they have in terms of just like overall movement, that was truly mind-numbing, man. Holy fuck. And then BitMEX, like those just pumps out of nowhere that would just immediately retrace. Oh my god, that was, how the fuck did we even survive that? That was so crazy. It was so fucking crazy. Okay, so Solana getting rejected right at the 55 thus far. Daily might trade sideways and down towards like 23.5. But I would actually still say that this is good on the reversal as long as you're above 21.5 long term. So sideways here is good. Just don't want to see it break below there. But below 20, what was it, 20 or 21.5? Big fucking problems. I'd even say 21.5. Monthly is kind of ugly. 4 hour, not really getting much from this, honestly. Yeah, certainly not the easiest chart I've seen today. So if I had to say sideways here and then see how far this pullback goes, I do think like 23.5 is fine. Even 22.5 is fine. Below 21.5, big fucking problems. Big fucking problems. Whoops. All right, there we go. Okay, let me just pick up where I left off. All right, nice. There we go. Lovely. Kenny Renardi says Euro versus the yen. Euro versus the yen. Euro versus the yen. Oh, baby. All right, nice. Daily and weekly. Is the probability favorable for upside continuation? Yeah, I like this one right here on the weekly. Or sorry, on the daily. On the weekly. I'm looking at the monthly right now. It might have one more drive to the upside, but I would be cognizant that it's very likely to enter into a prolonged pullback relatively soon. So like, yeah, it might have one more drive towards 159, 160 even, but ultimately I'd be looking for, a major high right there and then come back down and maybe even already hit it as of right now. But the daily says probably one more try to the upside. Weekly says same thing. Yeah. But monthly says, yeah, be aware of that. 4 hour short term, yeah, another try to the upside, hidden bullish evidence right there. At least 157 or something is probably what I'd be looking towards. So I suppose that's what I'd say. Colin McCann, what's up, man? And that rhymes. CL1, you're looking at crude light. Okay, let's see. Hourly, I'm on the 4 hour right now, but that looks up. Hourly, yeah, probably retest this high right here. Somewhere around 76.80. Let me go to a daily really quick. Yeah, daily, same thing. Probably got some more upside towards 77 and a quarter. But that's kind of like your major area, right? That's right around the 200 simple, which has been getting rejected from quite some time. Yeah, short term up, if that's all that you're looking at. Let's see, what do indicators say here? Yeah, bit of sideways and up. Maybe pulls back to like 76 first. That's fine. Fine as long as you're above like 75 and a half, I'd say. And it just printed a new hourly. Okay, nice. All right, where did I leave off here? Yes, we're back at it. Kenny Rinaldi. Oh, yes. Okay, now you're looking at dollar yen. Okay, dollar yen. Dollar yen. Let's go here. Is it probably favorable for upside continuation is the question. Daily, weekly. Daily, I do think that this one will try another move to the upside, but is it going to continue above this high right here? That'd be a hell of a call. I don't think yet. No, I don't think yet. I think that this one's put in like a pretty strong weekly high here, and it'll trade up in the short term like this, and then come back down, try for that higher low, and then maybe do it long term. Yeah, monthly I think is a little more clear. I think you're going to enter into a long-term trading range basically between this area and hopefully for the Bulaw's case, you know, some rising bottoms coming in like this, something like that would be pretty damn good long term. But can I pin your message? I will pin your message. Yeah, so pin your message. Yeah, and I guess she's writing that message just because, maybe some people, well, whatever. All right, XRPP for J3F. What's up, man? Good to see you, brother. XRP forward and daily. All right, XRP, USD, Binance. Good. Well, this is a monthly, so maybe not what you're looking for. Daily pullback from this region, yes. Very likely short term comes back down to like 74, 75 region, something like that. 4 hour time frame, same thing. You know, going into a consolidation at a high level. Problem is with XRP is that I'm so used to it doing this like after a nice run and then just eventually like failing the whole consolidation to the downside. But short term, yeah, probably comes back down. Technically speaking, I should look at this as a constructive consolidation, but knowing XRP, it probably does then this, which I've seen many times. Seen it too many damn times. Yeah. Short term down, probably tries for a bounce there. If you start to see closures above like 88 to 90 cents, that's at the point where I guess you could be looking at a pretty phenomenal breakout to the upside. But until then, trading sideways, my man. All right. Let's see. Starting to run out of breath power here. What's up, African crypto warlord? Good morning to you, man. Good fucking morning to you. Send him to the grave. Ronnie Barkan says Maz Q. Okay, this is something completely different. All right, I've never heard of this thing. It's on Bybit though, so can't be that bad. And OKX. So all right. Let's see. Not bad here actually. Not bad. Actually, I like it for short-term upside. 410 to 420, great number. Weekly, potentially higher low. Hidden bullish evidence of 1, 2, 3 drive variety coming off these last few lows. I think this one could actually trade up towards $5 in the coming month. Obviously, that would be invalidated and it looked absolutely terrible below about $3.5. But as long as you're above $3.5, direction is sideways and up. Let's see. Okay, I missed another one here. Is it Vish? Mr. Vish? Don't see a message. Okay, ILV. Okay, ILV USD. Let's try this one. Alluvium. It's on Coinbase, so it can't be that bad. But its chart's pretty bad. Pretty bad chart. Again, you know, I do think that we're kind of seeing like a lot of these shit coins put in some nice bounces here. You know, daily got some bullish evidence come off this last low. Jewel might even swing around for another short-term signal. So maybe it makes another move towards 45 and a quarter. Long term, it's just very difficult to get excited about a chart like this as long as you're below the January high. As long as you're below there, it's just, you know, still a downtrend. And then you got this whole nonsense to deal with over here. So that's a problem. That's a problem, sir. All right, let's see. Vito says Ave. Okay, some more 2020 shitcoins. Let's see. Man, a lot of these charts are stopping at areas that do make you a little bit concerned, but the daily has hidden bullish evidence potential. If it can close, I would like to see it close above like 74.5 today. Big fucking problems though. Big fucking problems below 67 and 15. Until then, maybe there's some hopium here. Problem is there's going to be hidden bearish divergence on this if this puts a weekly high on right here, and at that point it's like 3 strikes and you're fucking out. And you got 1, 2, and this would be 3 if that happens, and then you got these lows all in the same area right here. That'd be a descending triangle, and that would be a big problem. I would even be leaning towards the downside on this one just because this is shitcoin. But in this case, still, technically speaking, should give another chance. Really, only problems below like 67 and 15 cents. All right, these damn chats keep on coming, man. Okay, I see Chris F. He says super daily week. This is Elliot's shitcoin. Nice. Elliot, all right. What does he have over here? Oops, maybe not Coinbase. I think there's more history on Binance. Not looking good. Not looking good, unfortunately. Elliot's a good friend. He's a great friend. Not so sure about the chart right now, unfortunately. Yeah, weekly is just down, especially with it's not rallying with everything else as well, which is also not the best sign. Long term, I do think that's kind of entering into a trading range here, or it is in a trading range between about 22 cents high versus, what is this, like 8 cent low. Probably spends a long time filling this one out. The crazy thing is though, is that I know Elliot, I know him very, very well. And I know that he's actually working on this like as a legitimate project. Like this is not a fucking, it's not like a scam, or at least from what I can tell. So it's interesting to see that this one's not getting that much love in terms of chart action. But yeah, definitely on the weaker side, very much on the weaker side. I need to take a sippy sip of this water, man. Damn, I'm thirsty. Yeah, shout out Elliot, man. No, he, like I said, he's a great friend. I met him in person. Great fucking guy. Super chill. Super nice. Really easy. You want to look at Casta? We can look at Casta. All right, let's look at some Casta action. So this is Carl's shitcoin. Let's see what he has, and it's exactly what you'd expect. A lot of breakouts, if you know what I mean. If you catch my drift. Good morning, all. Got up at 2 a.m. just to catch a live, says Colonel Crypto. Good morning, sir. Good to have you here. We're probably at the end of this one, though. What's up, African Crypto Warlord? I see some lols. What is Caspa? Caspa and man, whoever decided the name for Caspa, they done goofed. Like, these are completely different charts too. Carl, we're gonna be rich. No, it's the wrong chart. Fuck, we're poor. No, he's actually very, very rich from what I hear. Gunmetal says, how the F can you say Elliot is a good guy? He started a project to rug pull his user base. Like I said, I know him and I know that he's actually working on that. So I don't think it's a rug pull. Unless if there's like another project that I don't know about, but still, I don't have anything bad to say about him. I only have good things to say about him. Like, what the fuck? Casta means to throw in Swedish. Oh, okay. True story. Is this true, Elsa? Does casta mean throw? I don't know. They're Finnish people. They're supposed to learn Swedish because Swedish is the second language of Finland. Okay, well, like throw is a pretty simple word, isn't it?
It's not. Do you know what throw is in Finnish?
Do I know what throws in Finnish? It's probably like some bullshit like that. Vito says, why you leave the US for Finland? Well, my girlfriend for one, and also I actually like Finland. The weather isn't great, so for half the year we try to kind of spend it away in more warmer places. But for the summer months, I absolutely love it. It's got a good balance of kind of like city life and nature, and all of the food here is very, very healthy. Like they have very strong food standards and water standards, and it's just a good place for me to kind of like sit down, focus, get work done, and for me that's very important. Oddly satisfying says Ordi. Okay, this was the ordinals chart, right? This actually could I would think that this has potential to be some like cool just by the idea of it. Like it's NFTs on Bitcoin, I believe, which as far as charts goes, not so good. not so great. Down, man. I'd be looking for this one to come back down closer to like $6. but it also hasn't been around that long, so it's like, how much do you trust a chart like this? Probably not much, but yeah. Down. How do you like that? Ho 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 ho. And I have an awesome girlfriend. Yeah, she's amazing. When she's not on her period, she's great. Ho 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 ho. Do you pulse chain? Does pulse chain have a chart? Let's see what it's got over here. It does. It's on OKX. Wow. All right. Let's see what it looks like. It doesn't really have enough history here to really be going off of, honestly. I don't really have a strong opinion on it. Yeah, no strong opinion on it. I'd want to see like another few months of history at least, minimum. It's only been around since May. You know, it's like, is this a major high right here, or is this one going into a trading range? I don't know yet. I need to see more. Carderpio, sure. Actually, I'm actually just genuinely curious for my own knowledge what Carderps is doing. It really looked like the hex chart, actually, or the pulse chain chart. You know, trading range here, 43 cents to the upside versus like 25 cents to the downside. I think it fills out this one for a long time, and yeah, I do think that the lows are probably in here. You know, I don't think it's really going to be going like much lower than 25 cents, but it can do like this for a long time, you know, something like that. It could take a very, very long time, so who knows. TRB weekly.
Can you say his name?
Schnaffenator von Schnaffenator. Von Schnaffenator! The Schnaffenator is here. Yes. The Schnaffenator is here to schnaffenate. Elsa wants to get schnaffenated. What the fuck is this, man? Schnaffenator? What is this? What is this? This is some Snaffinator bullshit. I have no fucking clue, man. This is a weird ass looking chart. I'm inclined to say that it's gonna go down long term, but does it maybe try another rally towards like 14 bucks, or I don't fucking know, man. Here's what I could tell you. Above 20, like 22 bucks, very, very good. Until then, all bounces are just that, bounces before going more sideways and down. The Schaffinator.
Are you Bruno?
Am I who?
Bruno.
No, I'm Z's, bro. Just remember, who owns the majority of XRP tokens? Is it Mr. Garlic House? It's Ripple, if you're unaware. They probably dump for profits along the way. They 100% do that. That's how they make money, man. I believe they have more than 80% of total supply, FYI. Somewhere around there. Silly, man. Really silly today. Oh, the WAN chain. The WAN chain. Who the fuck names their shit WAN chain? Sounds like you're crying like, wah, wah, wah.
Wank chain.
Wank. There's also a wank chain, but that's for OnlyFans. Not even Schnaffinator can save this one. Down, man. Down. But this one was going to be the Chinese Ethereum. This one was going to go to the moon and beyond. $100 minimum. They can count. It was going to count shit with the RFID blockchain technology. And now where is it? It's in shitcoin hell. Under whale accumulation. That's right. Whales are accumulating. They're accumulating and they are manipulating it to take your WAN chains to the ground. Where only they and Schnaffinator will be accumulating. Ethereum? We could actually look at Ethereum really quickly. I'm gonna get a massage soon. I'm so excited. My I've been doing a lot of boxing recently, and when me and my coach spar, he hits me really hard in the face, and my head goes back, and then it makes it sore. So I want to get a massage. Wait, hold on. We need a more long-term chart of Ethereum. Let's go Binance. It's so close. The silver crosses are happening. One might even be this week. 1845. It will happen. Maybe I should pick up some. I don't know. When box Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren has a very moist face. Holy shit, XLM. Erect.
Do you want to fight against the American health minister?
Do I want to fight against the American health minister? Are you talking about Rachel Levine?
Yes.
She's a national hero. What have you done? I live with you. XLM, I do like the monthly high or low here. So I do think that while it might pull back on the monthly, maybe even like 14 cents, it probably does push up later on this year towards 24, 25 cents. You got that fight lined up yet, Krown, says Peter Underwood. Actually, if I'm going to make an announcement, there's not an official fight lined up just yet, but I was speaking with the guys from Crypto Fight Night. So it's this event that they do every year in Dubai, where a bunch of like crypto Twitter people and crypto YouTube people will fight each other. I've asked them like if I can fight, and they said, yeah, you can fight. You can fight. So we'll see. What I can promise you is there will be a knockout, but it might be me getting knocked out. If he's as good as my coach, I might not make it. Let's see. To whomever asked earlier why someone leaves America, there are several reasons. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like an America hater though. I just, I just prefer to live here. But there are definitely some nice areas. Like you couldn't convince me that San Diego is not a nice area to live in. San Diego is fucking amazing. But for the most part, like, I just don't really gel too well with it. Live stream with violence. Yeah, I mean, it will be live stream 100%. It'll be 100% live stream. So it'll be a cool event, man. There'll be a lot of other people there, from what I'm told, and it should be, it should be a good time. So yeah. In the meantime, I'm bulking up as much as possible. So I'm actually having difficulty gaining weight right now, which is really fucking pain in the ass, man, because I'm eating about as much as I can eat. Could you show Uniswap, please? I can look at Uniswap. I live in Washington State. Washington State is beautiful, but for fuck's sake, man, that is that's like, okay, it's San Francisco, Portland, and then probably Washington in terms of like the wokeness. Uniswap, I like it on a low. I like it on a low there. Probably tries up at least towards a 55 at like 675. But again, it's very similar to a lot of the other charts. Like, look, you do have a lot of these lower highs in place, and that is a fucking problem, but it'll be confirmed as a major fucking problem below about 540, 530-ish region. Below there, yeah, this thing's going to be sent to the depths of hell. Until then, maybe there's some hoping that this is like the low. We already looked at Ripple a few times, man. Could you look at BitF? Is this a Bitcoin something rather? No, it's Bitfarms. Yeah, remember this was a Scott Barney bullshit. I like it on the high right here. I think this one comes back down closer to like 155-ish. I think it's hit like a nice weekly high, coming down now to like 155, maybe even 145. Monthly, pretty good move. Probably does try for a higher low, but short term coming down. Frisco, no one ever calls Frisco, sir. Portland and Seattle are horrible. Yeah, I hear it's bad now, but like, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, Seattle was actually really, really nice. And so was San Francisco. I live near Portland, Washington side, and drive to Seattle 5 days a week for work. Drug use literally on streets and cabinets every. Yeah, I mean that's kind of like the name of the game right now, unfortunately. So it is what it is, man. But I do feel like 15, 20 years ago, it wasn't that bad. Like, yeah, there was homeless. I mean, there's homeless in every major city, obviously, but it wasn't like just tent city everywhere and people like harassing you and shit. Yeah, Caspa actually, funnily enough, had one of the better charts. To be fair. San Francisco is a walk-in toilet. Yeah, I mean, it literally is actually. Like you literally can just shit and piss on the ground. It's really insane to me that like they literally have a law. They literally have a law where if you steal less than like $900, it's not. No one's gonna do shit. What the fuck? You were more tolerant back then, Krown. We all were. I don't know, man. I don't think it was that bad. I don't think it was that bad like 10, 15 years ago.
I like Chicago.
Elsa says she likes Chicago, but she's never been to the South Side. And also, she, you know, when she came to Chicago, she saw homeless people for the first time. Like she'd never seen nothing like that before, where people are like literally living on the streets. So you know, it's like she likes Chicago because she saw the nice parts of it and everything. But you know, if she saw some of the other shit, I think she'd be pretty damn scared. She'd probably start crying. Elsa loves to cry. Lol, she should visit LA, says Texas Green Tea. Yeah, LA here is pretty damn bad too. Yeah, she wants to visit, and then I tell her like, this is not like the movies. It's not what you think it's gonna be. It's not gonna be what you think it is. There we go. Downfall of an empire. I mean, it could be. I still wouldn't count the U.S. out. You know, there are still like a lot of very, very smart people behind the scenes in the U.S. I think who have more of like a clear head, and they have a more of a general idea of where things should be going.
Make me cry.
Make me cry.
No, her, me.
Make you cry. Let's see. Come cry in the Congo, Elsa says. African crypto warlord. Oh Jesus, yeah. She God, man. She she heard a conversation about the Gulag archipelago yesterday, and like she immediately, like, the mood changes and she's like, I don't want to hear this, I don't want to hear this, I don't want to hear this. Like, Jesus. I'm getting ads on the live stream. Never. Really? No, I don't do anything. I don't like run ads myself. So if you do it, it's just YouTube doing their thing. Let's see. Did you get to meet Abe Froman in Chicago? No, I don't think so. I don't think I know that person. I don't think I've met him either, actually. Sucks that there are many numb to the home. Yeah, you do get numb to the homeless on the streets, absolutely. But you know, I feel like, well, no, that's not necessarily true. But nowadays, it really does feel like nowadays the homeless are just kind of a product of like these really crazy drugs that people are getting onto nowadays. Like, what is it called? Not heroin, but they are probably on that as well. But the other one, that fentanyl, that one's just nuts, man. That one's fucking nuts. Elsa puts on an ad every time you sip your coffee. True story. Unfortunately, no coffee today. Yes. Yeah. Crocodile. Yeah, I remember that one. I remember watching a documentary about crocodile in what was it? Russia, where people were just like, their skin was fucking peeling off and shit. Yeah, crazy stuff. Yeah, man, opioids they seem to be, I mean, yes, you know, you probably need them if like you had a surgery or some shit, but they always overprescribe them. They always do. Do you think Carl's gonna jump off the balcony in Dubai soon because he's going broke? I don't think he's going broke. Like if I'm actually being serious, and not just like trolling, I have no reason to believe that guy's broke or even close to it. I think that those guys like the Cryptos, the Da Vinci's, the Carls, and kind of like all the people that run around in that crew, they all have hundreds of millions of dollars. Is what I would be led to believe, honestly. And I don't really know anyone outside of them except for MM, and I can tell you that the wealth does seem to be pretty damn real. You know, for all intents and jokes and whatnot. Yeah, it does seem to be pretty damn real. EWT on Kraken. All right, sure. I think we might end on this one. Actually, my voice is starting to get a little bit more crushed. So go here. Pretty bad. Daily, probably try some upside. Weird chart again. Very weird chart. Weekly, I'm not getting shit from this. Are the lows, and I wouldn't say I don't have a reason to believe that the lows are in here. I also don't have reason to believe that. Yeah, I don't really have reason to believe much on this chart. Daily, I do think try some upside though. Where would I say that the lows are in? Well, there's your last high right there. So minimum has to, like, I'd like to see it trade above there. You don't have a higher low, so it's really there's no topic of conversation for me for calling a macro low here. It would have to do something like pop up first, then come down, then sit in a higher low, and then trend up. That would look really, really good. But until you at least get at minimum a higher low, like, I don't think that's it's never been in an uptrend. I mean, well, not really, but basically since like 2021 March, just lower lows and lower highs. So until I see at least a higher low, it's just not gonna even entertain the possibilities of that. Although at some point, maybe it does even happen. Possible. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna call it right there, guys. My voice is starting to get absolutely killed. I am going to be signing off now. I'm going to be wishing everyone the best of the best. It's been a nice, fun Friday. And like I said, we'll continue to do these consistently on Fridays as long as time allows. And yeah, it's been a fun time. So I want to be wishing everyone well. As always, I want to be wishing you the best of the best. Take care. Much love. And see you hopefully tomorrow.
Write it, code it, name it, tweet it, mine it, stack it, live it, dream it, post it, scan it, charge it, send it, do it, and receive it. Trade it, buy it, sell it, store it, run it, list it, first rename it. Crypto logic. Pump it, hack it, lose it, dump it, sell it, ditch it, XR pitch it, copy, paste it, nudge it, test it,